Hi friends, today we're going to be reading Caps for Sale, a tale of a peddler, some monkeys, and their monkey business. And this is written and illustrated by Esfri Slobonkina. That's a hard name. Okay, so this is one of my favorite books. Let me turn the page. So Caps for Sale. Once there was a peddler who sold caps. But he was not like an ordinary peddler carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First he had his own checkered cap. Then he had a bunch of gray caps. Then he had a bunch of brown caps. Then he had a bunch of blue caps, and at the very top, he had a bunch of red caps. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." How much were his caps? 50 cents. But nobody wanted to buy any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very angry, but he had no money not angry, silly me, very hungry. I read that wrong. But he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," he said. And he walked out of the town slowly, as not to upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to the great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," thought he, and he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb his caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First, his own checkered cap. Do you guys see his checkered cap? Yep, it's right there. Then his gray caps. Then his brown caps. Then his blue caps. And at the very top, his red caps. Then they were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. Do you guys sleep for a long time? When he woke up, he was so refreshed and rested. Can you guys stretch like he is? Were you guys refreshed and rested when you woke up this morning? I was. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. Are they in the right place? All he felt was his own checkered cap. Where did all his caps go? Do you guys know? Can you guys guess? Let's find out. He looked to the right of him. No caps. He looked to the left of him. No caps. He looked to the back of him. No caps. He looked behind the tree. No caps. Where did his caps go? Then he looked up into the tree. And what do you think he saw? What do you think he saw up in the tree? Let's find out. On every tree branch, sat a monkey, and on every monkey there was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. Do we know what happened to his caps now? The monkeys took them. What do you think the peddler's going to do now? How is he going to get his caps back? The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He did not know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. What do you think he's going to tell them? Is he going to ask them nicely? Let's find out. It says, "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking his finger at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their finger back at him and said, what do you think the monkeys told him? Zzz, zzz. That's what the monkeys told the peddler. Do you think the peddler liked that? Let's see. It says, this made the peddler angry. So he shook both hands at them and said, "You monkey, you, give me back my caps." What do you think the monkeys did? But the monkeys only shook both their hands back at him and said, "Zzz, zzz." Did they give him back his caps? No. Let's see what the peddler does now. Now he felt quite angry. He stamped his foot and he said, "You monkeys, you, give me back my caps." What do you think the monkeys are going to do? But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, "Zzz, zzz, 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 zzz." What do you think he's going to do now? By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped both his feet and shouted, "You monkeys, you must give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stomped both their feet back at him and said, what is he going to do now? At last, he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap and threw it on the ground and began to walk away. Did he give up? It looks like he did. The peddler gave up. He's going to let the monkeys keep the caps. But then each monkey pulled off his cap. What are the monkeys going to do? And all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the red caps, and all the blue caps came flying down out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First, his own checkered hat. Then, what color, guys? His gray caps, and then his brown caps. What's next? Then his blue caps, and then the red caps on the very top. And slowly, slowly, he went back to town, calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." And that, my friends, is the end of our story. I hope you guys enjoyed this book. This is one of my favorites, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.